Mírala si se peina. Today's video, as you can tell, I have a knot in my hair. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I have a little review. I picked up these LA Girl Hot Heat palettes. So I have this one in Vacay Everyday, and then I have Aloha Vibes. Now I did pick these up at my local CVS. I kind of did go to like 3 different CVS to try to find these because when I saw them, I just knew I had to pick them up. They are really huge, like as you can tell. So this is the first one. This one's called Vacay Everyday, and this is what the inside looks like. This is just more of a little bit of your warm tones, purple tones, maroon tones over here. And it does have a large mirror, and even though that it's plastic packaging, it still feels really heavy. And then this one is called Aloha Vibes, which of course has your blue tones, some pink, some purple tones. It's more of a out there color scheme versus the other one. And it's the same style, large mirror and plastic packaging. I did pick these up for $14.99 each, so if you have been on the lookout for them, definitely check out your local CVS, seeing if they have them in stock. So in the same display where I found these eyeshadow palettes, they also did have 2 bronzing and highlighter palettes, which I did not pick up because I just have too much of that right now. And looking at the website, these palettes are actually on sale for $9.99 versus the original $15.99. So if you are on the lookout and you've been meaning to pick these up and that seems like a reasonable price for you, then definitely check out your local CVS store. Alright, so if you guys want to see what kind of look I came out with, then definitely keep on watching. Alright, so I decided to to prime my eyes with the I Heart Stage Essence Eye Primer. I feel like that's just a really good primer from the drugstore. It's only, I believe, $1.99 at Ulta, and I have no complaints about it. So looking at these 2 palettes, it's really hard to choose which one to use. I kind of want to use both, so I kind of want to use these brown tones, of course, as a crease and transition shade. And then I want to use this blue right here, which is really pretty. Let's see. They feel really creamy, these. Yeah. Girl. That's some pigment there. I mean, they are a little powdery, but typically whenever I encounter shades like this, I feel like I don't have any issues with them. Just with a little bit of fallout, but that's about it. So, you know what? I'm going to step out of my comfort zone and actually go for the purples. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to go with some of these purples, and then some of the purples for the other palette.
So let's get up close and personal.
So I'm actually going to start off with this pink over here in the Aloha Vibes palette. So of course there is some powder, there is some kickback, but normally that tends to happen with products that have really good pigmentation. So I don't expect any issues with the blending process. And of course, there's no fallout in my eyes. Alright, so there goes. Again, there is kickback on the pan, but I typically don't care about that as long as there's not too much fallout going on my eyes or anything like that. Now to deepen that up, I'm going to go in with this shade over here, which is just slightly a little bit darker in the Vacay Everyday palette. Well, it seems like it's darker, but it's coming out brighter on the eye. Alright. Now, just to warm it up a little bit, I am going to use this shade right here, which is, I should probably be saying the names. So back here, the shade is called Voyage. So we're just gonna also pop that in the grease, see what it does. I'm gonna try to use as many shades as I can. And you see the slight difference how it's just warmed up the look just a little bit. Now to deepen the outer corner, I am going to use this shade right here, which is called Jet Setter. And for that one, I am going to change brushes. I'm going to go more into a slimmer, fluffy brush. Well, actually, I'm going to go in with this e.l.f. brush. That's just, I like using to pack on the color. So it actually, okay, so never mind. So I'm starting to pack it on now, and it's not as dark as I thought it would be, but make it work. All right. Now I am gonna go with the clean blending brush just to buff those shades out. Alright, let's see if there's like a darker purple color. So I'm actually going to try to use as many shimmers as I can on my lid just to try them out. I'm going to go in with first Holiday in the beginning of my lid. Then I'm going to go in with Relax in the middle portion of my lid. And then lastly use Passport at the end of it. And then I'm actually going to try to use this shade right here called Cabana, and just to deepen out the outer corner once I have all the shimmers on my eye. So let's see what kind of pigment these shimmers have. So I'm just going to use this flat synthetic brush to pack on these shades. So I'm first going to try out, ooh, it does look like it's going to be pigmented as we saw with the first swatches. I'm not going to put any water just well, they don't need water anyways, but I mean, they don't need to be sprayed. Yeah, so these shadows are pretty. Since they're so creamy, is that once you start using them a little bit more, they do kind of hit hard pan, but it doesn't seem like this shimmer is doing that. So that's one of the good things so far that I'm seeing with this palette, is that it doesn't seem like it's going to have that hard pan effect. And then there's just the tiniest bit of fallout, but that's of course because I'm not tapping off the excess or anything like that, so it's not an issue. So now I'm gonna go in with the next shade, Relax. So this one does seem like it's not as crumbly as the first one, as the first shade, but it's still packing on the color without having to wet my brush or spritz it with any type of setting spray. Now I am going to just go back and forth and blend these shades together. Just like that. Now the last shade, which I'm excited about, which is Passport, kind of seems like it's a duochrome. Ooh, yeah, that's pretty. Let's see if I can. Yeah, that is a pretty shimmer. I'm actually going to go in with another flat brush because I just don't want to mix these colors in too much. This one is crumbly as the first shade. You know what? I really love how this shade is looking. I'm actually going to cover the first purple just because I really like how these two shades look together. Yep, so that's how it's looking like so far. Alright, so I'm just gonna go in with a different small blending, actually not that one. Yeah, so I'm gonna go in with a small blending brush like this and I'm gonna grab this shade right here called Flame. Yeah, Flame. and blend that in my crease. Just see what kind of effect it gives. Oh, okay. Just going to try to blend that harsh line of these shimmers because they are awfully... Actually, I'm gonna upgrade to a bigger blending brush. Yeah, something like this, just a little bit more fluffy. Yep, so I'm liking how that is looking. Just gotta make sure. So I am gonna kind of zoom in so that way you can see just the tiniest bit of the fallout that did happen on my face. And I'm just gonna dust it off because it's not that big of an issue. See, and it just dust off without needing for me to powder or anything like that. And it didn't, I hate whenever you get fallout and then you grab the brush and you try to blend it out and it smears all over your face. I hate that. So I'm actually gonna go in with this shade in the Aloha Vibes, which is Tropics, on the brow bone. And then for the inner corner, I'm actually gonna go in with this shade in the Aloha Vibes, which is called Passion. And it seems like it's a duochrome pink with blue shift to it. Yeah, so that's really pretty. And now for my lower lash line, I'm actually gonna go in with that first shade that we used in our crease, which is called Voyage. I get confused. I don't know if this is Voyage or this is Flame. No, I think this is Flame. Yeah, this is Flame. I don't like it when the names are back here because they don't reflect exactly the position. You have to, you know, think about the mirror effect to it. So yeah, so this one is Flame. Now I'm gonna go in with Voyage to deepen up the lower lash line. I actually want to add some of that inner corner shade just on the very tip of my brow bone. Alright, so I'm gonna finish up the other eye, add lashes. Might do a small wing liner, not sure yet, and then I'll come back with my final thoughts. I do want to swatch these shades so that way you can see what kind of the consistency is and how the shades look like. Now for the first palette that I'm going to show you shades of are the Vacay Everyday. So this first shade right here is called Energized. Then we have Holiday. And then we have Staycation. And then the last one we have is Relax. Now the next one we have is Resort, Sunbathe, Beach Please, and Vacay. First Class, Flame, Voyage, and Fiesta. Then we have Cabana, Jet Setter, Passport, and Getaway. Yeah, I'm telling you, these shades are pretty. Now going to the next palette, we have Aloha Vibes. So we have Tropics, Utopia, Aloha, and Orchid. We have Paradise, Sunshine, Island Life, and Lua. So we have Sunlight, Passion, Maui, and Romance. Now we have Bliss, Spirit, Plumeria, and Serenity. I can't get over this shade right here. That one's stunning. Alright guys, so this is the finished look. I really do love the eye look. I even did a wing liner. Girl, I went all out. Usually I don't do wing liner just because I do have hooded eyes. And it's such a struggle to get the perfect eyeliner on my eyes because I do have to do the shape weird. So it looks weird when I have my eyes closed, but it looks perfect when, you know, they're open and you're looking at me. But look, I do recommend these. The shades blend in beautifully. The mattes do as well. Yeah, they are a little bit bulky, but I mean, when it comes down to the nitty-gritty for me, I don't care that much about packaging as long as the product is working. So currently right now, being that this is a $14.99 palette, yes. Given that there is some unique shades in these palettes, yes. Given that there is a mirror, yes. So this palette for me personally is on the top of the drugstore palette game. Now I do want to get into some of the cons that I did definitely see, which to me personally is not a big deal. Again, I'm going to bring up pricing, $14.99. The only thing that I can see that's bad is, of course, if you go in with a heavy hand and a brush and you're one of those type of people that digs in your palettes, then you definitely don't want to dig into these shimmers because these shimmers are very buttery and they do crumble. You do get a little bit of fallout, but as y'all guys saw, I mean, it wasn't that difficult to swipe it away. It didn't stick onto your skin how other shimmers do, which I really, really hate that whenever it comes to shimmers. Again, that's about the only con that I have. Okay, so with my final thoughts, yes, I definitely do recommend these palettes. Even with the little issue of the shimmers crumbling, they still perform very beautifully to the eyes. I didn't have any issues blending out or anything like that. So far, I've had this makeup on for like about an hour because I tend to procrastinate after I'm done filming. I'm like, let me get a snack because I'm hungry. But so far, I don't see any type of shift to the shades. Sometimes I've had issues with certain drugstore shadows that once my oils from my eyelids start coming through, they do change the color of the shadow. So far I'm not seeing that. Again, I really did end up enjoying these. I feel like I can't wait to do another look with this shade and then this bottom row right here. I don't know why those are calling to me, but let me know down below what you guys thought about this review. Do you personally like picking up these types of palettes in the drugstore, or do you just prefer to save your money for a high-end palette that has everything and then just call it a day? I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave me a comment down below what your thoughts are about these LA Girl palettes, and let me know if you're gonna pick them up or not. I do thank you for joining me today, and we'll see you on the next one.